Hold up.
How deep can we go?
Hi guys, so my food shopping has just arrived, as you can see, and I don't usually get food delivered every week, but Waitrose is doing a good offer at the moment where you can get £20 off your first 5 deliveries. So we have taken advantage of that and we've had our food shopping delivered. So I thought I'd take you through a kind of typical weekly shop. It obviously varies from week to week depending on like what we need or what we've run out of, but this is kind of the food that I order on a weekly basis. So I thought it'd be useful for you to see the things that I have. So just by starting off, you can see that I am literally sponsored by Alpro. We do go through quite a lot of milks. I like the Alpro soya milk in coffee and sometimes in protein shakes as well, and it does add some extra protein because it has, can you see, 100ml, it's got 3.3 grams of protein. I tend not to have this all the time because it's quite high in calories and it's got quite a lot of sugar in it, but it is nice, it's a bit creamier than the others. So almond milk, I have almond milk in my porridge oats. And then the coconut milk is really good for smoothies, and I also like to cook rice with it too instead of water. It makes like a nice coconut rice. So there's a good little tip, and the macros are really good too. So Alpro is actually on offer at the moment for £1, hence why we've ended up getting quite a lot of that brand. Normally I just get Supermarket's own brand of milk. And then these are on offer too. I love these for snacking. I've got Alpro plain yogurt, and this has got almond flavour with it, and I've got 2 of those. Really good macros on that as well. And I like to top the yogurt with some frozen berries. I always buy berries frozen just because they last longer and they're much better value for money, especially in this country where berries aren't usual really. During the winter we can't get really good berries. So okay, so really good source of protein, and one that I have a lot of is cauldron tofu. I buy this fresh, and it's, I think it's £1.50 per tub, and one of these lasts me probably about 4 days if I am not having it every night. So that's a really good source of vegan protein, and one which I hadn't really cooked with before but I absolutely love now. Breakfast essential porridge oats. Porridge oats are super cheap and just so good, slow releasing energy throughout the morning. And as you've seen from some of my other videos, I actually do have oats sometimes at lunch as well, especially at work because it's just really easy. And into the oats I add in protein powder, and I usually add in some fruit. So I have apples and pears, both of which I chop up and put in the porridge oats. And I've also got lots of bananas here, a little bit green at the moment. I try and eat them when they're spotted because they're really ripe. If I don't eat them all in a week, which is unlikely really, but we'll end up chopping them up and freezing them, and then we use those in smoothies and also in protein shakes just to sweeten them up. And of course, if you've seen my videos, you'll know I love cinnamon, and I'm always low on this, so every other week I have to buy a new thing of cinnamon, so I've got one of those too. Okay, so the guy that comes to deliver always comments on the amount of broccoli that we have, because this is huge. If you can see how big that floret is compared to the size of my hand, it's big. So we buy 4 of those florets of broccoli, and they're really, really good value for money. I mean, it's probably about 35p for one of those, and it lasts, well, we probably have one between us for a meal, or maybe if there's a lot there, it will probably last into 2 meals. So lots of broccoli and greens, and I've also got some courgettes, or I think they're called zucchinis in the States, but they're very low in calories, and I just like adding them to tofu stir fries, or I also add them to my protein pasta dishes too, along with a nice big bag of frozen vegetables, essential Waitrose. So these are, I think they're about 79p, and you get a big bag there, which is a kilo size. Are really simple and quick to cook with, take about 5 minutes on the hob. I also have a bag of carrots. I love carrots. I actually prefer eating them raw if I'm honest, and they're really good for snacking on. Really high in vitamin A and just packed with micronutrients. And then a couple of punnets of mushrooms. Again, these are actually really high in protein, people don't realise. I think it's because you have to eat quite a lot to get a lot of protein from them, but really nice in stir fries and in pasta dishes too. And the same with peppers. I was surprised actually how much vitamin C are in peppers until I started using my Fitness Pal, and it tells you how much vitamin C is in each of the foods that you're eating, but they're really good too. We've also got some potatoes. I've not really been eating a lot of potatoes recently, but Russell likes these, and these are tiny little miniature potatoes, and he often takes them for lunch because you can actually heat them up in the microwave with a little bit of water, so they're really, really good. So just before I move on to snacks actually, I'll talk about these little Tilda rice pouches. They're fairly new and I've cooked with them a few times, perfect for lunch. They do a lot of different flavours. This one's got chickpeas with rice, harissa if you pronounce it like that, and lemon. And then this one is edamame with spring onion and wasabi. And they have got quite a lot of protein in per serving. You can see there. 6.9 grams in that one, 150 calories. So they're really good to heat up for lunch, to have with some like greens and some beans as well. And then I love the Tilda rices, and these are on offer too. I think it's two for £2. This one's quinoa, pumpkin and sunflower seeds with whole grain basmati rice. Really, really tasty. Moving on to snacks. So naked bars are probably some of my favourite, just because the ingredients are so pure in them. 100% natural ingredients, no added sugar, wheat, dairy and gluten free. They're obviously vegan. And you can see the ingredients here. It's just dates and peanuts and sea salt with a hint of natural flavouring. And that's why I like them. I think snacks should be really low sugar, well not low sugar, but low processed sugar, low refined sugars where possible, and just keep to natural ingredients. So love those. These are peanut delight flavour, which I really like. They taste like peanut butter, which I love. I've treated myself and got one of these deliciously Ella energy balls. This one is cacao and almond. You saw me eating one of those in my most recent videos. And then these are Russell's favourite at the moment, but they have been on offer in Waitrose, and they're these Graze boxes. So these are punchy protein nuts, 9 grams of protein in there, and 245 calories per portion. So they're really good too. I have corn thins, which I like to put peanut butter on as a pre-gym snack, or also I could use avocado and a bit of chili seeds on them, but they're just made from corn and I think salt as well. But they're really good and just satisfy a little craving, or little if I need an energy boost before the gym. And then finally, I didn't actually get these as part of my Waitrose shop, but I wanted to show you because it's a staple for me at the moment, is this organic edamame and mung bean fettuccine, which you have seen me cook. And as I mentioned, it's really high in protein. Focus. Doesn't want to focus, but basically there's 25 grams per serving of 50 grams. And that's really, really good and tasty. And then I've just got a few drinks. I've got elderflower sparkling water, which I like as an alternative to water sometimes. And then lots of different no added sugar squashes, which I always have in my huge squash bottle, which is, hang on, over here. So that is a weekly shop. There's some things that Russell buys too that aren't here because they're not vegan, because he's not a vegan, but he eats very clean where possible, which is great as well for me, because he usually has his protein source, which is either meat or fish, and then he'll have whatever I'm having as well. But generally we spend between, I'd say, £30 to £40 each on food a week, which isn't bad really, considering we've got a lot of healthy choices here, and this will last us. We probably won't get through all of the kind of food cupboard goods. Oh, I didn't talk about the coconut. Desiccated coconut, really good to put in smoothies, sprinkle on oats, and it's a good source of healthy fats. I actually like it on the Alpro yogurt as well. It's really nice. So a little bit of a different video from me, but I hope you found it useful to just have a look through what I eat on a weekly basis in a food haul. I just also wanted to mention that there are other things that I buy which I don't get every week, and I just wanted to show you a couple of those because they do form a good part of my diet. So let me just have a look. So this is my like protein cupboard, and I do have a lot of protein powder. So I have this Garden of Life raw organic protein, which you've seen me have before. I also use the bulk powders protein, and this one is Super Pea protein isolate, but I've also had rice protein before from them. A big tub of almond butter, which I put on like those corn thins. Nutritional yeast, which I like to sprinkle on my pasta, and it's a really good source of vitamin B12, which vegans particularly can be lacking in. And then organic chia seeds, which I put in my porridge and in my smoothies too. Is there anything else in here? Oh yes, cacao nibs. So my brother bought me these actually for Christmas, and I really like them. They're called Mayan superfoods, rich in antioxidants, magnesium, and they're basically just unprocessed, strong, like little dark chocolate nibs, and I put them on my yogurt and also on my porridge too, but they're really good for you. You don't need very much actually. I probably use about 5 grams per serving. And then in terms of jars, I mean, we have a lot of beans. So I've got like butter beans in here. I've got black-eyed beans. I've got chickpeas, and I've got, oh, that's English mustard. What else have I got in here? Or borlotti beans. So I have a lot of beans, and they're just like in the cupboard in case I need something quick. Good source of protein. See, I've got a lot of herbs and spices. And then in the freezer, we've got like a smoothie drawer where we keep like frozen berries, frozen spinach. There's a smoothie mix there, blueberries, frozen bananas chopped up. Ooh. Got a drawer that's just like different kinds of veg, so cabbage, beans, sweet corn. That's some of that vegetable mix there that I've got this week. And then this is my kind of like specialist drawer. I've got some Linda McCartney chorizo and red pepper sausages. I've got a chickpea fusilli pasta there, which was fresh but I froze. And then I've got these beef-free bread, which is my favourite, which you've seen me cook with all the time. And then I've also got these new smooth fruit simply coconut ice lollies, which are a real treat. They're made just from coconut milk. It's about 100 calories. And if I'm feeling, sorry, didn't realise it was round to the side. There we go. If I feel like something's sweet in the evening, I have those as a little treat if I've got enough macros left. So there we go, that's my food that I eat, that I keep in my cupboards, that I get delivered every week fresh. Hope you found it useful. If you have any comments, please leave them below and I'll try and get back to you as quickly as possible. But I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and stay tuned for another episode soon of my Vegan Cut series.